struggling with prop firms? Let's go.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be going over a few things that will definitely help you become profitable. Not only profitable, become funded. And without wasting any time, first of all, obviously I'm going to show that, first of all, that I know what I'm talking about. If I will show you over here, guys, this is the the community that's free to join. Obviously this is the mentorship side, the elites, but as you can see, this is where everyone worked, about 1200 members strong, and everyone can come here and check. This is the funded certificates where students post their certificates. There's one of the students who recently just passed his 200k funded certificates. He's more than 200k. He's almost up to 800, I believe, or is 800k funded now. He's one of the students that's absolutely just killing it. And this is another one. Now this particular one was a bit low key, working behind the scenes super hard. He just passed his but it goes on, guys. It goes on and on and on. You could just come in for free. I'll post some of mine as well, but the students as well, they get passing with the Alpha Capital Group, 5%ers, Maven, FTMO, one particular just posted his payout as well. But it just goes on, and this is for 1200 people, guys, where they can see full on transparency, right? Posting, this is where we post our winning trades, losing trades, live trades. Again, it's all about transparency. And the reason why I'm showing this, not to boast or brag or anything, the reason I'm showing this is, guys, that what I'm about to say, please listen, because it's definitely going to help you out. Trust me, it's going to help you out. Now, strategy and analysis, right? These things, actually I need to add one more in here. Right. Well, then again, let's just put it next to this one, because it's alongside patience. Anyway, okay. So I just added this so I don't forget. Okay. So we're going to be using gold for the example. I apply the break and retest. Now I want to get something very clear as well, guys. The break and retest that I show here is not the break and retest I show to my students. I want to make that very clear, because a lot of people are messaging me one-to-one. And then I reply back to them and saying that the break and retest I show on my YouTube channel is not the one I teach. It is very similar, but the entry method is different. The way I draw my zones, obviously I use key levels. So basically you won't see these yellow rectangles, these yellow boxes. I normally use key levels, because key levels is what it's really about. Just put it here. These numbers on the right side here mean something. They're there for a reason. A lot of people just totally ignore these. No, they are there for a reason. So obviously it's the break and retest, but it's not the break and retest. I just want to get out of the way. Okay, so what's going to help you guys is you got to understand these things. I'm going to break each one of these down, so please listen what I'm about to say, right? Because when we've got a live webinar, a group session in about in the next few minutes. But I just want to quickly go over this, and because it's not just where I show my strategy, right? I heavily go touch deeply on psychology as well, so the point I'm trying to make is I can even teach a 5-year-old technical analysis, explain what the break and retest is, right? But it's these things that also come into play that will make you profitable, right? You can't become profitable without an edge. You can apply all the others. You can't become profitable if you don't have a risk management plan, right? You can apply edge, everything else. You can apply all these number 1 and number 2, number 4, number 5. But if you don't apply have good psychology, each one of these are important as the other. Without one of these, sorry, the whole ship's gonna sink. Now, again, I want to show you something. Now this is something as well. My back tested data. One blue line to blue line is 1 week. I know I've gone on quite a bit, and I showed this. If you've been watching my content for a while, you know exactly what I'm talking about, because I like to show guys the only thing I don't show is how much profits I'm making. By the way, I believe it's not anyone's business how much I earn, but I am starting a challenge of turning $100 into 10,000. It will be connected to my FX, and I've already announced that in the elite mentorship, so they can go and check, so you can keep track of that as well. So where you can actually see that, guys, I actually do know how to trade. I mean, I've passed so many live Propfirm challenges on this channel posted. So anyways, okay, I've moved on for quite a bit, but I want to speak about each one of these and how it will help you, right? So let's just say you know how you got your strategy. Let's say you got your strategy. Now, what kind of edge can I apply with the break and retest? I'm going to break each one of these down, so it's going to be definitely very, very helpful. Trust me, guys. I'm going to apply edge. So let's just go through each one. I've got my method, I've got my strategy, I've got a fresh 100k account, or a 50k account, or 10k account, whatever account size you got. How would I go about this and apply each one of these? Let's just say my, first entry, first setup comes about. Okay, my edge. Now, how would I look at edge? Anything that gives me an advantage, right? I would say the biggest example, one of the best edges that you can have, guys, is trend direction. It's the direction of the trend, right? And I always give the analogy of, suppose you got a football, right? You throw in the river. The direction, no matter what the football does, no matter how heavy the football is, whatever you want to say, it's going to go in the direction, the flow of the current. Now here, trend for me is the direction of the river, right? Volume is the speed of the current of the river, right? So we've got the direction, it's going up. I only want to focus on buys. That's why you don't see any sell positions. It'll be stupid to take sells, to say the least. Volume, got huge bullish candles, right? We've got volume. For entries, you can look at, the signals that apply better for, for confluences, the strong candlestick patterns that you want to take for entries, right? So that is an edge. Now there's millions of different types of edges, right? Psychological edge, fundamental edge. The list goes on and on, right? But I'm just keeping it simple for right now, for you guys. Number 2, risk management. Now suppose, let's break this one down, right? It's a bullish breakout, price comes down. Now you see this, bit of a bearish, there was a form of a structure break here, right? Price broke through here, and now you'd think, is price going to start pushing further down? Because it even broke this previous high over here, right? It broke this previous high, and price just, so this is where it tells you buyers lost some control. Either they had a slip up or whatever you want to call it, but they did lose control. That's the reality of the matter. Now, but buyers gained control back here and pushed the gold. Gold is making all-time highs, pushing higher and higher day by day. But then gold comes back up here. Once gold comes back up here, now am I gonna risk as I normally would risk? Well, the answer is no, because I'm not still, I don't understand exactly what's happened here. Why did sellers even ever take a control? We just made a new high, for example, down here, but still, I'm not feeling confident. So I would risk, again, coming back to risk management, I would risk lower than I usually would, 0.5% or whatever you would like to call it, right? Now, once price comes up here, guys, now we're making a new high, right? We make new highs, all-time highs. Price comes up here. Let me just clean this up a bit. Now I would risk a little bit bigger, right? Now I would risk a little bit bigger. I would like to risk a little bit more. Why? Trend. Remember, now look at this. We're going to use one by one, right? I'm applying my edge, trend direction. We've got the volume. Now, according to risk management, I'm applying the correct risk management too. Why? If his price is not matching my A+ setup, or I'm getting a bit of confusion, I'll risk less. If I'm, if it's suiting my, maybe going closer towards my A+ setups, I'm risking more. If I go on a winning streak, that does not mean, guys, you start risking more. No, that's not what it means. You stay more consistent and you stay more focused, and guys, that's where discipline comes in, right? That's where discipline comes in. If I go on a losing streak, if I start losing 2, 3, 4, 5 trades, does not mean I start risking more, trying to gain back my losses. Again, that's where discipline comes. You have to start focusing on the things, guys, where you gotta start, and trust me, guys, this here is more than enough. This is the missing link for you to become profitable. I don't care if you're the best chart analysis in the world, you have to apply this. You have to. Patience. Now the next one, super important. Why? Because suppose I go on a winning streak, right? do you have the discipline to step out the chart and then have the patience to, you know, wait and sit on your hands and come back the next day, right? Do you, when you take 2, 3, 4 losing streaks of trades, do you have the discipline to walk away again, have the patience not to go back to revenge trade or overtrade, and do you have the patience to again come back the next day? The biggest mistake, you know, well, the biggest confusion with our human nature, with our brain, starts from day one, where we exchange time for money. That's the reality. Well, how would you be like, what do I mean? Well, even in schools, college, university, education, right? In the educational system, you only get good grades if you do your homework, if you revise, do your revisions. You exchanging time for education, for knowledge. When when you're revising, when you sat in the library with your laptop open, you know, you're doing your research, you're exchanging time for more information, to become smarter, to become more, gain more knowledge, right? When you're going from work to work, you're exchanging time for money. You know, if you work 10 hours, you're going to get, example, if you're doing $10 an hour, £10 an hour, right? You work 10 hours, you're going to get £100, $100. It doesn't work where you do 1 hour shift and then you get $100. No, you are paying your time, you're exchanging time for money. In trading, guys, it's totally different. The less you do, the more you earn. That's why it's a psychological shock to our system, right? It's not the way we brought up. How can psychology is like, how can I do less but earn more? It doesn't make any sense. Well, I'm only taking 1, 2, 3 trades, right? But overall, let's just say for today, we've just taken the 1 trade. But then, you know, if I'm risking a certain amount, I want to get, if you're risking, how can I say, let me say $1,000, you're going to make back, let's say $6,000 back on this trade, right? You're just taking the 1 trade, but you earn 6 grand. Now, if you take 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 trades, you're working more, but now that's increased the chances of you losing those trades. You're increasing the chances of you basically putting your account at risk, right? Because you, how can I say? Let me give a better example. It's much easier to let's say a boxing example, right? You punch someone and you put your guard up, right? It's much easier to put your guard up after 1 punch. If you give someone a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 punch combination, in the middle of that, there's a high chance if the opposition throws a punch back and he'll catch you while you're throwing, in the middle of while you're throwing your punches. The aim is, guys, throw that 1 punch or 2 punches maximum, throw that 1, 2 and put your guard up, right? Go in the defensive mode, you know. And again, going to patience. Now, if you're applying all this, guys, super powerful. Trust me, guys, very powerful. The missing link is not your analysis. The missing link is not just your psychology, it's your discipline, right? Staying focused, staying on that path, not letting any distractions mess things up. You know, it's your patience that's letting you down. You know, do you have the patience to, why are you thinking about how much I earned today? Focus on how many setups, how many, you know, how many trades you'll place for the next 1 year. Focus on it like that. If you're doing it for the life, then focus on it. Look at it as a lifelong thing. Focus on your psychology, your risk management. Why, if you lose 2, 3 trades, do you enter with like 5? You increase your you know, your position by another 10, 20, 30%. You increase your risk by 10, 20, 30%. It doesn't make sense, right? The aim is, again, like they say in boxing, the sweet science, to hit and not get hit. The aim here, guys, is risk small, win big, right? And I already go in my previous videos how to manage risk, but how you can do that, how you can cut your losses short. There's many video examples in my channel. Do check them out. I mean, if I even show you before we go, guys, if I even show you on here, guys, the entry methods, I always like to show this because I know you guys find value from this. But you can see over here, if you even drop to a smaller time frame, right? Let's see what clues. But I mean, because it's already the best example I already gave, because it's already an uptrend. That's why we don't even really need our entry method, because we just try and direction. It's going out, you know. Look at this. But here, one example here: bullish engulfing. Take your entry after that, with a price to pretty much come back in the zone. You could take your entry from there. Now, this is not how my students and what I show to my students. This is the most basic average knowledge, right? Engulfing here, right? Price comes up, bullish engulfing, compared to the bearish little one here, price goes up, you can use that. Again, I want to make it very clear, this is not the exact break or retest I show to my students, because there's a lot of confusion going on. My break or retest revolves around key levels. I hope you found value from this. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Link will be in the video description if anyone is interested in joining the free community or joining even the mentorship one-to-one. By all means, if you don't want to join, you don't have to join. Yeah, apply this, guys. This is your missing link. I promise you. Take care. I'm out.